If you take the example of Uttar Pradesh, as that graphic showed in our news report, 60% of the violence is happening in places where bypolls are due very soon. So there is an implicit political hand in it. One. B, political leaders have begun paratrooping to places the slightest hint of trouble. They are not going there to douse the flames. They are there to polarize the situation and gain maximum mileage. So there is a politics behind the fanning of riots. It's easy, low level, lowest common denominator kind of politics. And so therefore, I'd like to just begin by asking this question. By the way, Jainara and Vyas of the BJP and GVL Narismara of the BJP. You have two BJP voices on the program tonight, so completely balanced on that. Madhukar Jaitley of the Samajwadi Party. Sanjay Jha is with me on the panel. Kamal Farooqi, political analyst formerly with the Samajwadi Party. My first question is to DP Tripathi of the NCP. Good evening, sir. Good to see you on Newshour tonight. Now, Mr. Tripathi, whether or not anyone allows a discussion in Parliament on this issue, that's another subject. But the facts, the numbers do bear out the fact that incidents of communal violence have been on the rise since the Modi government came to power. Question is, who do we blame? Narendra Modi, Akhilesh, or someone else? But there has been an increase. Mr. Tripathi, let's begin the debate with you.
Arnav, I want to take it to a higher responsible level than blame. See, one thing is obvious. What you said just now, that after Modi government came in power at the center, there has been unprecedented rise in the communal violent incidents. And not merely in Uttar Pradesh, even in Maharashtra, where we are ruling, we are in the government and our party has the home portfolio, there have been more than 167 incidents of communal violence, beginning with the cold-blooded murder of the young techie,
in Pune.
So this is what is in Pune. This is what has happened, and it is not merely in Pune. In several other parts of Maharashtra, these incidents have taken place, and people have been killed, people have been injured.
Yeah.
Now, this psychological aspect of hatred and polarization and negativity has been has seized the collective consciousness, it seems. And this is the biggest danger.
Yeah,
and it is the responsibility of the concerned state governments and the central government.
No, but both the center. No, you see, now who's at power in Delhi? It's the BJP, which has played a role in fanning the flames in many situations, like in Moradabad. The BJP was simply trying to make a political issue out of a communal situation. And who's in power in Uttar Pradesh? Mr. Madhukar Jaitley will bear with me. It's Akhilesh. You know, who has been able to do nothing. Now, Mr. Jaitley, let's go into who takes responsibility, because it's got to be either of the two sides, either of the BJP or Samajwadi Party or both. Because in western Uttar Pradesh, which witnessed riots in September in Muzaffarnagar and Shamli, where 5 assembly seats are to go to the election soon, 259 incidents of communal violence since 16th of May. What is your government doing? Why is it allowing it to happen, and how long will you blame others? Mr. Jaitley.
You see, Arnav, I would like to say that since the earlier incidents which you have reported just now, in many of the incidents, or rather all the incidents, we have seen that the BJP leaders have been responsible. Government has taken whatever preemptive steps it could take. Now, with regard to the recent development that has taken place in Meerut, let me complete first. With regard to the recent development that has taken in Meerut today or day before yesterday, the girl which had lodged, the girl's father who had lodged the FIR, he lodged 2 FIRs, one on the 31st of July and the second on the 3rd of August. In both the FIRs, the statements were contradictory. Both FIRs were against statements were against each other, and the BJP, which without ascertaining the facts, Ghirawed the police station, tried to communalize the situation, and the investigation was not being completed by the police, and they jumped to conclusion. So the fact of the matter is, whether you said about Muzaffarnagar now, the Supreme Court judgment, the Supreme Court judgment in which on page 71, the Supreme Court judgment, you had accused the Samajwadi Party in December 2013. When you said the Samajwadi Party is responsible, the Supreme Court went through all the facts of the matter and all the PILs that were lodged against the state government in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court categorically named the 3 BJP MLAs, Mr. Bharrendu, Mr. Suresh Rana and Mr. Sangeet Som. So the fact of the matter is there have been number of evidences available in the past.
Sir, don't.
And even today,
sir,
the BJP
sir, this,
leaders are responsible.
Mr. Mr. Jaitley. Mr. Jaitley. Mr. Jaitley.
Named in the FIR.
Mr. Jaitley.
The state government has arrested all the people.
Mr. Jaitley. Mr. Jaitley, you know what? Fine. Your government has been woefully silent on this issue. Your government is quick to pass the buck. Allow me to complete. In cases of rape, but in this incident, A, you have been totally silent. A. B, there has not been a single statement from your government in the Meerut case on whether or not this is a case of religious conversion. Right? You have not spoken of, one second, 1 minute.
No, it is not a case of religious.
Okay, so, no, but then these matters need to be dealt with.
And don't sensationalize no. It is not a case of conversion at all.
Well, then your government must come out and say so. Your failure to act. I am on the point of your failure to act, and the BJP representatives can answer you about in whichever way they want. My question is your failure to act has given an opportunity to certain elements to raise communal passions and create law and order issues. But at the moot point, we have a government that does nothing. Then we have a group of people who parachute to every place where there is trouble and try to fan a communal fire. It's a classical situation. Mr. Jaitley, you must take 50% of the blame if you're going to put 50% on the BJP. Now, Mr. Rao will respond to that. Mr. Rao will now respond. Mr. Rao now. Mr. Rao turn to respond.
I think let them now listen to others.
Let Mr. Rao respond, sir.
It only happens in this country. It only happens in this country that the two parties which are ruling, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, which are totally culpable in this case, totally responsible for maintaining law and order, they fail in their duty and then they blame somebody else for their lack of performance. Because I think they have made this an electoral strategy. Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra have been topping this negative list of communal violence. Not now, in 2013, in 2012, and the years before when UPA was in power at the center. I think it has become fashionable for everyone to use the BJP as a punching bag, use it as a punching bag and indulge in naked electoral politics. The Samajwadi Party does not believe in fair play. They do not treat problems with all communities equally. They have been playing blatant electoral politics. That's the reason why we have had Muzaffarnagar. That's the reason why we have had repeated communal violence. They must find out the root cause of the problem.
Party was not held guilty.
A fixed match, I say, a fixed match between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party, where one party acts as running a state government which does nothing, and the other party tries to take advantage of a polarized situation. The fact of the matter is, as far as the Samajwadi Party is concerned, rape does not matter to them, but anything involving communal tension or religious divide gets you all excited, because religious divide and communal tension is a vote catcher. You know, on 16th of July, Madhukar Jaitley, and it's time you accept the reality. A Dalit woman was gang raped and set on fire in Itawa village by 5 men who visited the victim at her husband's home and told her that a brother had sent them to fetch her. Police filed an FIR and arrested 2, 3 are still on the run. What has your government done on that? Absolutely nothing. You remember the Nanglamal area in Meerut, the riots which had happened then? Police are still searching for the rioters involved. In terms of concrete action, Mr. Madhukar Jaitley, you do nothing. You do nothing. But you will then go ahead and debate this issue ad nauseum with the BJP, and you are allowing riot after riot to take place in BJP.
Wherever there are elections, by-elections,
they are incompetent.
BJP
No.
is strategically behind these.
No,
these
as far as no,
if they cannot
BJP
run their
is
government,
both of you are hand in glove.
let them resign. Let them resign from government if they cannot run the administration.
So Mr.
They cannot blame somebody else for their
Mr.
failure.
Narasimha Rao,
Law and order is a
Mr.
state
Narasimha
subject.
Rao, with all responsibility, I am saying this: you are both hand in glove on this.
Behind it, why are your leaders holding demonstrations outside the police stations when the investigation is not yet complete?
Come on, demonstrations, you cannot find fault with proper demonstration. You fail in your duty. You do not govern the state properly. You do not treat all problems, all communities equally. You play partisan electoral politics. You play electoral vote bank politics. And you want the people of the country to simply remain and watch and to be mute spectators.
A fixed match going on between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party. And they expect the media to take sides on this. Anyone who at this point of time expects the media to take sides in a fixed match is being foolish. It is, I am not wrong, sir. I am not wrong. Let us not forget.
You are wrong.
Sir, you are.
We have won.
Sir, you are both wrong.
We have won UP on the principle of development, on the issue of development. It is the parties which pursued vote bank politics. They have really met their electoral end.
Just a minute. The question is
simple. They have been routed.
What is Sanjeev Balyan booked for the Muzaffarnagar riots?
A question to Narasimha Rao. We won UP on development, says Mr. Narasimha Rao. Now, I repeat, both of you are wrong. You're both playing a fixed match, and eventually both of you will stand exposed, so correct yourself. Don't expect the media to take sides on this. I don't know the kind of development during the Moradabad protests. The root cause was a loudspeaker, and the BJP went to town over a loudspeaker being taken off a temple by a district administration. Consider the causes of the incidents of communal violence in the recent part in Uttar Pradesh. They are all very local in nature, but with a bit of political help, Kamal Farooqi and Jainara and Vyas, with a lot of political help, in fact, they have escalated. So both these politicians are deliberately escalating any possibility of communal violence that happens even in a very localized way.
There's one more point which, if you permit me, that Mr. Narasimha Rao should answer, is that in many cases the BJP leaders have been blamed, have been held responsible by the courts and by various civil society organizations who went to study these communal violence in Muzaffarnagar, in Moradabad, in other areas. So this is a matter of great concern.
So Mr. Farooqui, let's let Mr. Farooqui and Mr. Jainara and Vyasin
doing this. Many NGOs were doing at the behest of the Congress party.
Mr. Rao.
So they are not an independent voice.
Mr. Rao, you can win any number of elections, okay? Tomorrow you can win 80 seats out of 80, or Mulayam Singh Yadav can say that I am now going to come back as Chief Minister for life. I'll still ask you, and Kamal Farooqui, the concern is this: 605 low-key communal clashes have taken place between May 16th and July 25th, right? That's a period of 2 months and 10 days, which means on an average there are 8 to 10 to 12 low-key communal clashes that have taken place every day. 10 to 12 communal clashes every day, Kamal Farooqui, and we see these two parties doing this tutu meme on a daily basis. They don't take responsibility at all. How long will we remain bystanders? How long will people like you, Mr. Farooqui, remain bystanders to this?
No, it's very unfortunate, Arnab, in fact, that particularly BJP is trying to communalize the whole thing in such a fashion that, number one, a small incident which has no communal overtone, they will suddenly try to make it a big pro, as in the case of the Meerut. In fact, nobody will support any rapist, nobody will be side with the rapist, but suddenly they would find a cause in it, and all those people who were responsible in Muzaffarnagar, they will jump on the thing and they will have a meeting over there. Look at the Moradabad incidents. In fact, it was all settled. Even the BJP MP was involved into it, and it was settled that the loudspeaker issue will be resolved, and on 3rd August it will be there. But suddenly, after going back from there, they went to the Moradabad, and BJP did not allow it, and ultimately the poor DM has to lose his eye. In fact, They have not been in a position to even comment on some of the very dangerous,
for all misgovernance. I don't know if you're trying to get back to SP.
Please.
I don't know if you've been thrown out of Samajwadi Party. Maybe you're trying to find, you're trying to curry favor with them again.
When you were talking,
please
I was
don't blame
quiet.
the BJP.
Let Mr. Farooqi complete.
Ask him to remain quiet, in fact.
Mr. Rao, let Mr. Farooqi complete. He heard you.
Patience.
Yeah, he heard you.
He must have the patience. You cannot shout at me. Wait for me. Wait for some time. You have not been in a position not to take any even comment about the people who are making day in day out most communal, most provocative statement, reminding the people that have they forgotten 2002 in Gujarat, or they would remind, they should be keeping reminding the Muzaffarnagar. Is it fair on your part? You are not taking any action against all those people. You are allowing all those people to say all those kind of from Goa to Gujarat to other places. It is not UP alone. In fact, you came on a development.
There are umpteen such cases in your party, in your former party. Come on, before you suggest to others, you find similar incidents happening in other parties. I said your former party, and you're trying to get back to them. I can see.
The questions asked at this point.
You are not responding to my question. What action you have taken against Gadia and Singhals and other people? Why are you not clarifying anything on Goa? Why are you bringing the entire educational system into the RSS?
Why is the Samajwadi Party not stacking Azam Khan? Why is the Samajwadi Party not stacking Azam Khan? Why is the Congress Party not stacking people who make such rude comments? How has the Congress Party not stacked Saharanpur former MP candidate?
You are governing.
Come on, you cannot pick and choose as per your choice.
Development plan.
I think it has become fashionable for everyone to indulge in BJP bashing. This is not your arguments to be convincing.
No, one second. Mr. Rao, if you know there is one quality that does not serve well in politics, and actually, if I may say so in life, it is a persecution complex. I see here a very dangerous trend of... No, please don't. No, Mr. Rao, let me complete. I see here a very dangerous trend, Mr. Vyas. Your Togadia, my Azam Khan. My OAC, your Singhal. No, 1 second. Yes. That is no answer. Don't avoid the very basic question. The question is, if the Akhilesh Yadav government is incompetent, should you be taking advantage of it by raising the communal temperature? And Mr. Vyas, let me take one example. You are there in Ahmedabad today, but you will understand.
Every form of communalism is bad. It is anti-human and undemocratic.
Now, Lakshmikant Vajpayee is the BJP president in Uttar Pradesh. When the Meerut gang rape incident happens, we say the Uttar Pradesh government must come out of its shell and answer the whole question. Was it a case of conversion? What are the facts? Clarify the situation and settle the matter. But what does the BJP do, Mr. Vyas? An irresponsible comment. No, 1 second. I'll repeat the comment. Lakshmikant Vajpayee issues a communal threat, communally laced threat. He says, if the Meerut administration does not take action, one will be forced to believe they are working for a particular section under pressure from the government. In other words, he means one will be forced to believe they are working for the Muslim community under pressure from the government. Then he goes on to expand on the threat. And he says if a small incident blows out of proportion, it will not be good for society. What is he threatening? A riot? A BJP Uttar Pradesh state president is openly threatening a riot?
Yes.
What kind of politics is this, Mr. Vyas?
I think Arnab, you have mixed up the entire debate with so many issues.
This is one issue, Mr. Vyas.
Absolutely impossible to focus on it. Now let us understand, Arnab. Now you have raised your point. Let me talk to you. You have raised your point, Arnab. What are you talking about? Lakshmikant Vajpayee there is a leader of the opposition. He can make any statement, can raise any issue.
Can threaten a riot.
Basically, answer me.
No.
Okay. Whether in Maharashtra, whether in Maharashtra,
be more responsible.
Permit me to make my point, my dear friend. You are saying,
giving him a license to a responsible, provocative statement.
Arnab, you yourself were saying.
Arnab, you yourself are saying that persecution is bad. Arnab, of late you are specializing in the art of persecution. Arnab, I'm sorry to say,
I think he should be allowed to complete. No, Mr. Vyas should be allowed to complete.
You are raising the issue. You are not permitting the person to answer.
But you are being contradicted.
What kind of debate we are in?
No, Mr. Vyas, in the past on several debates, you
I was trying to tell Arnab,
you two have rebutted others and you are being rebutted. There's nothing unnatural.
No, this was required. This was required, Arnab, because you are not able to keep the house in order.
Mr. Vyas, please continue. Make your point as a certain
no
way you want.
sensible debate or discussion can go through. Number one, let us understand, and then let my Samajwadi Party friend tell me that maintaining law and order is the responsibility of the opposition. Like ruling the house is the responsibility of the ruling party, maintaining the house in order. Maintaining the law and order in the state is the responsibility of the ruling party, whether be it in Maharashtra or be it in Uttar Pradesh. For your failures, you can't blame the opposition. Here you are not able to keep whatever are your reasons. You are not able to keep the law and order and understand what is the remedy. If the governor is sincere and if he reports that law and order machinery in the state has broken down, the only option with the President of India will be to impose 356. Now,
one second. Is that a threat? Is that a threat?
They should understand that ruling party owes it. It is their responsibility, and don't forget that even in past, Uttar Pradesh was number 1, Maharashtra was number 2 as far as the communal violences and the people dying in the communal violences were concerned. Even Bihar was after Uttar Pradesh.
BJP is inciting violence.
So
I tell you, Arnab, 1st January 2013 to September end 2013, Uttar Pradesh tops the list of people who died in communal violence with 377. Bihar is next and Maharashtra is
and
third.
And who is responsible, Mr. Vyas? Mr. Vyas, the question is which party is responsible? I think you are dodging the issue. Which party is responsible for creating the communal violence? It is your party which is responsible.
Government deliver governance.
And you are from Gujarat. You are from Gujarat, where your current chief minister is already running
people were arrested in 3 hours.
Is it an
How hypocritical can you be?
Never try to raise this.
How hypocritical you are. How double-faced you are. You create the communal violence and you say the state has to worry about law and order. Of course it has to. In Uttar Pradesh, Samajwadi Party has failed. Nobody is denying it. But you are taking political capital out of it, and that is a reality you cannot dodge.
2-3 questions which Mr. Vyas must answer.
Law and order machinery.
Mr. Vyas,
law and order machinery is directly under the command of the state government. Law and order machinery is not commanded by the central government.
Yes, but that
they are directly under the state government.
No, 1 second. So, one minute, please. Let the Samajwadi Party respond to that. No, let
it is precisely an administrative failure.
1 second. Now, Mr. Vyas, if you've completed, can I just come in for a minute? I just have 3 quick questions for you. It will be useful if you answer. Mr. Farooqi, I'm coming to you. First, sir, and please don't get excited, don't get worked up. Just be factual. And even if you are completely incorrect, don't respond in anger. Sir, my first question out of 3 to you is it an undisputed fact that your workers were involved in the Moradabad protests on July 4th when you blocked trains, pelted stones at the police and injured the district magistrate? Just answer yes or no.
Arnab,
yes or no, sir. Sir, the truth is fairly simple if you want to explain. Yes or no?
All these adjectives you added before my name, neither I am in anger, nor I am out of senses, nor I am excited.
I didn't say you are out of your senses.
It was necessary at that time because your house was unruly.
I only asked you, is it an
anybody who is a miscreant, is a miscreant.
Which party is that miscreant from? Which party is the miscreant from? 1 second. Which party does that miscreant belong to? In the case of Moradabad, sir.
Whosoever they belong.
Which party were the miscreants involved in? Which political party were the miscreants from? Which political party were the miscreants from in the case of Moradabad on July 4th?
The law doesn't go by political parties. Law is very clear. The law deals with the miscreants. If somebody is indulging into unlawful activity, the law must take its own course.
Okay, so second follow-up question. What if all these miscreants are from one political party? Does the political party take any blame for it?
Why are you, whether they are of this political party or that political party?
Not this or that, sir. I am asking you if all the miscreants are from one political party, does the political party take some blame for it?
There are adequate provisions in the Indian Penal Code. There are adequate provisions in the CRPC to deal with them.
A follow-up question to that, Mr. Vyas. Now you are beginning to get tied up and you don't seem to have a clear answer. You are beginning to get lost in your own words. My second follow-up question to you, sir. So my next follow-up question to you, sir. My next follow-up question to you and to my second follow-up question is to the other BJP representative. He may have to answer that better. Is it an undisputed fact, Mr. Rao, that Sangeet Som tried to add fuel to the fire by insisting that he'll attend the Mahapanchayat on July 4th and was rightfully detained by the UP police?
You see, you cannot deny political representatives from participating in any kind of protest. So, in a democratic manner.
You are now.
But if there is this is part of their
this is like
political duty.
This is not participation.
You cannot expect them that to in a state where you have a party
banning communal passions is participation. Semantics.
It does not believe.
I agree with you, Mr. Rao. The BJP only participates in creating communal tensions all over the country. You are absolutely correct. Now, the choice of the word participation is brilliant.
Sanjay Jha, it will not do you any good and your party.
No, it is not doing the country any good. It is not doing the country any good to have an irresponsible Bharatiya Janata Party. It is harming the country.
Now, I repeat again. I repeat again.
Including the minority community. You have been rejected.
I repeat again. I think
all the parties.
Now you complete, sir.
All the parties believe that their minority agenda has not worked. They are trying to work it again. You will fail again. My friends, don't pursue this. This will not pay you. Pursue development politics.
Mr. Rao, this
you will not be able to return. You pursue the narrow sectarian politics.
Mr. Rao, tomorrow, this is like a situation where you have a security guard at the gate of your house to ensure that nobody comes at night and murders you. The security guard is incompetent and goes off to sleep. So the murderer comes in, carries out the murder, and when he's caught the next morning says, it's not my fault. The real fault is that of the security guard. That's exactly what's happening here. The UP government is like, the UP government is like that security guard who's gone off to sleep. But you cannot have a situation where anyone takes advantage of it.
No court will deal with the crime in the manner in which you are describing.
Sir, my question is very simple.
Committed the crime.
My question is very simple.
Bad analogy. Committed.
Now,
you can't take refuge under somebody who was sleeping. Bad analogy.
Sir, this Akhilesh is an expert in diverting attention to the media. After Badao, he blamed the media. When the incidents of rape happened, Shivpal Singh Yadav said the rapes used to happen in Mayawati's time as well. Ram Gopal Yadav said it is because of the media that there is a rise in rapes in Uttar Pradesh. Azam Khan blames the RSS for the riots that happened in Saharanpur. So you have a Akhilesh Yadav government whose members only blame everything else, but that does not take away attention from what you're doing, sir. Because is it and now this is the third point.
Punish them. Sir, let them learn their lessons.
Sir, learn their lessons by...
People have spoken in Lok Sabha elections. They have been taught a lesson. If they still do not want to learn lessons, let them meet their fate 3 years down the line.
So what does that have to do with the situation with the subject we are debating?
Politics will not work.
So what does that have to do with the subject we are debating? Now Mr. Jaitley responding. Mr. Jaitley is responding and the others also can come in. Mr. Jaitley, please.
Arnab, it is very simple. When you have an incompetent chief minister and absolutely spineless government, this is what will happen.
Does that give you a license to riot? To create a riot? What do you mean this is what will happen?
Exactly, it's a threat.
What do you mean this is what will happen? What do you mean this is what will happen?
I mean that you fail to deal with them. Your failure from your duty is creating this situation.
But that does not give you...
You don't want to perform your duty.
But that does not mean that you can polarize the situation further.
The people have entrusted you the governance.
Okay, the BJP...
You don't want to perform your duties and you want to blame it over somebody else.
So then that means therefore Mr. Jaitley... No, watch it. That means you're issuing an open threat on television tonight. Yeah. That the Akhilesh Yadav government is...
Ship up or ship out.
So you want to actually issue threats like that on TV? You want to reconsider what you just said right now? This kind of an open threat? you know, that you have an incompetent government, this is what will happen. I think Mr. Jaitley can respond. Let's open up the debate 5 or 6 minutes more. And
See,
therefore,
a government which doesn't deliver, governance, Arnab has to take this label. The government has failed to deliver governance.
I ask you today, sir. I ask you today, sir. Is it an undisputed fact that the Vishwa Hindu Parishad tried to perform a Jal Abhishek at the temple in Kant? That the BJP leaders from Western Uttar Pradesh intended to march to Kant to reinstall the loudspeaker at the temple before the administration stepped in and stopped you? So the administration stepped in and stopped you, but you created the situation at that point of time. Sir, you cannot take advantage of the fact that you have a government which does not act, because the government may also not be acting. Consider this, because it wants the situation to get polarized.
Are you willing to agree with me?
Akhilesh may want the situation to be polarized.
Thieves and criminals are active during the night. We have put the patrolling, but this is not able to deal with it.
Sir,
therefore, thieves are able to do whatever they want.
Sir, Akhilesh may want the situation to be polarized.
Argument?
And so may you. But you have a responsibility to the people of this country.
Not the least. Not the least. Not the least.
Not the least. What do you mean not the least?
Vyas is saying he is least responsible as a party. Mr. Vyas on your channel is issuing an open threat to communal violence because he thinks that Samajwadi Party is capable of inaction, so BJP will make political capital out of it. What a shameful situation.
Said that they will drag her from the hair. So, you know, the BJP is trying to do this
my words. I have not said that.
More so,
please don't try to twist my words out of context.
Which are going to pause. Whether it is Maharashtra or whether it is UP, wherever the by-elections are trying to do, they start their program before the by-elections and even before the Lok Sabha elections.
So admit it.
And why is it not happening in Gujarat? No, Arnab, my question to both the BJP representatives is that why is it not happening in Gujarat? Because they are in power there. The expert party which is responsible for doing this in the entire country is in power in Gujarat, and therefore they are not doing it there.
Sir, but both of you are in cahoots.
Power in Gujarat, they will
this
not do
ridiculous.
it. Not, and let
this
me tell
is
you,
ridiculous.
We will not allow
absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Congress engineered riots did take place in Gujarat. And you want this violence absolutely ridiculous. Continue.
Mr. Rao,
no,
it is absolutely ridiculous.
Want to use it for your own political ends.
No, both of you admit it tonight. No, both of you. One second. No, but this has gone on for too long.
Seems incapable of
Mr. Rao, Mr. Vyas, and Mr. Jaitley. This has gone on for too long, and you think people of this country don't understand what you are doing? You think this drama people don't see through? They see through it, and I can tell you, sir, most Indians today see through this, and it hurts most Indians. That for no, sir, let me ask you. No, sir, enough is enough. Let me ask you, sir. Let me ask you. Is it an undisputed fact that the Moradabad city constituency is headed for the by-polls? Is it not an undisputed fact that the Saharanpur seat is also headed for the by-polls? Is it too much of a coincidence that we are seeing riots and incidents of communal violence in all the areas that are going to the by-polls? Sir, do you think people of this country are foolish that they won't see through this drama? And you take responsibility today that if there is a riot, it will not spread.
Who is behind them?
It is the state
Stop it, sir. Both sides.
Which has to maintain law and order.
Don't do this passing the buck.
Is incapable.
Kamal Farooqi wants to say something. 3 minutes left. Kamal Farooqi and DP Tripathi. 3 minutes left.
I'm keeping quiet.
1 second. Kamal Farooqi.
Arnab, please allow. Arnab, I'm aghast. What Mr. Narasimhan and Mr. Vyas has said. In fact, if you kindly recapitulate the whole thing, they have threatened that as far as the BJP, Mr. Vajpayee is concerned, he can make a statement. But is it fair on their part? And the kind of threat they have made, what kind of action they are taking against the people who are openly threatening, in the media? What action they are taking? I'm not politicizing the whole thing. I'm saying they are a very responsible national political party having the government at center and promise for 125 crores people. Why are they behaving like this? Right from Gujarat, wherein they are having this different educational agenda, to Goa, wherein they are trying to create a Hindu Rashtra, and the people kind of making a statement against Muslims on 2002, and now they are threatening 2000. Why are they not even commenting on that?
People of the
why
country
are you not even commenting on that?
This kind of slanderous campaign. This sort of slanderous campaign was...
All right, last word to DP Tripathi.
We are not making
DP Tripathi.
It did not work.
DP Tripathi.
It did not work.
DP Tripathi has the last word. DP Tripathi, there has to be a way out. The BJP and Samajwadi Party will not resolve this. They will let the communal cauldron continue till the elections.
Arnav, what you said just now, that the people understand this competition in spreading hatred and communal violence, and therefore people will definitely answer all these vitriolic campaigns. But the point is that let us not politicize this and make it a partisan, threatening, menacing kind of an issue. The point is people and the governments have the basic responsibility. Political parties in the government, have the basic responsibility of maintaining communal harmony. As one of the eminent Urdu poets, Bashir Badr, has said, that people take their own full life in building one house, and they burn the whole localities and areas without even winking their eyelids.
That's true.
You know?
I hope, sir.
उम्र बीत जाती है एक घर बनाने में, तुम तरस नहीं खाते बस्तियां जलाने में. So anyone who is spreading communal hatred in the name of politics, in the name of political gain, is against the Indian Constitution, is against democracy. That should be very clear.
इतनी जो सरल बात है, लोग अगर इतनी सरल बात लोग अगर समझ जाते तो कुछ और ही बात होती. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on Newshour Debate 2 tonight. Thank you.
This is Times Now, Super Prime Time. And the News Hour will be right back after the break.